Control creates a captivating oddball world that never loses the thread of its supernatural tale.
You see, that's some bullshit. Now that's better. Now let me just rewrite this review for them without any monetary bias behind my opinions. When it comes to anything pop culture related, whether it be music, anime, video games, movies, or even what terms are deemed racist. What the fuck does racism have to do with pop culture? I am, to say the least, an expert, which means that my opinion on any of these subjects is the right one and everyone else's is completely invalid and garbage. With that being said, Control sucks. I'd even go as far as to say that it's the worst game that I've played this year, and I buy NBA 2K annually. Now that I've given my hot take on the game, it's time to bash on it even more and completely destroy its ego. The game begins with the protagonist Jesse walking up to the Federal Bureau of Control. Now Jesse's objective seems simple enough.
My baby brother, Dylan.
Who's that?
17 years since the men of this bureau took him.
Then after she gets the gun, your main weapon of the game, you get another goal. Stop the main antagonist, the Hiss. Let's talk about the initial goal, finding Jesse's brother Dylan. Now this is the most basic objective for any type of media. The premise is so overused that making it interesting is pretty difficult, and any plot twist that could have happened has probably already happened in another form. A couple of games that come to mind when I think of the search and rescue premise are Final Fantasy 15 and The Witcher 3. Both of these games delivered well on this goal. What the fuck do you mean both games? Final Fantasy 15 had an okay execution at best, but the thing that made that game so good was the camaraderie between the characters and the likability and memorability of the characters. And characters is where Control fell short. In total, there are maybe 8 or 9 primary characters of the game. The indecisive protagonist, the overachiever, the straight-edge ex-CIA agent who was probably in the game for less time than some of the no-named NPCs, the only character whose face was animated by BioWare, Aiden from Beyond Two Souls, the lab rat turned villain, Rick, and a literal Ravine. None of these characters have any memorability. They're all uninteresting and don't have any aspect about them that makes you want to interact with them any more than you have to.
Crazy dude.
There are about 12 side quests, and usually I try to do every side activity possible. But with Control, I didn't want to get dragged through the shit interactions between the characters. So I did like 4 of them, and this wasn't even because they were interesting. It was because I just didn't want them on my mission list because I have like a fucking... I'm gay. You know how some games have dumbass collection quests like the Shards and Dragon Age Inquisition? There's over 100 of those hoes. What the fuck do I look like collecting them? Now, Control doesn't have any collection quests, thank fucking god, but this is replaced by finding multiple items that build the world of the game. Now 100 shards is pretty fucking annoying, but 262 collectibles that relate to and help you understand the world of the game? What the fuck kind of shit is that? I didn't get them all. In the beginning, I actively looked for them, but there's doors that are locked and can't be unlocked until you progress in the game. I mean, build replayability, yes, but not with 262 fucking collectibles. Like, what the fuck, bro? The world is pretty fucking bland. It's like they took a color wheel and plastered the fucking Modern Warfare 2 palette over it. That shit does not incentivize world exploration. Quantum Break, another Remedy game, was sucked of color to an extent, but it wasn't a semi-open world game, so there was no need for added exploration. If anything, this game would have benefited from being linear. Just because the open world aspect of games is the popular thing doesn't mean that every game needs it. A lot of games don't work with an open world aspect, so why force it into your game? Don't conform for the masses just to fail. The only thing that would make you want to explore is the movement mechanics, and it only makes you want to explore a smidgen more. Smidgen? Smidget? What the? I've never fucking used that word in my life. Why am I saying it now? Smidget? Let's look this shit up. What the fuck is this word? The only thing that would make you want to explore the world a smidgen more is the movement mechanics. They're actually pretty good. You can run, float, or boost yourself to get around. But you know how in the trailer one of the main selling points was having the ability to float around and fly? Well, the flying power is the last one you get. And you don't get it until you're around 6 hours into the game. And honestly, I wish it was one of the first ones introduced, because it's really smooth and fun to use, but it makes a lot of the stairs that you were forced to use obsolete, which makes the world a bit more lackluster. The gunplay is, well, it's gunplay. There's not really much to say about it. It's not astonishing, but it's also not bad. The thing that makes the gameplay great though is the powers. You have a telekinetic throw, a rock shield, and a mind control move. The telekinetic throw is fucking amazing, especially when there's a water bottle nearby and you just chuck it at a hiss agent. Mwah! Oh my god, bravissimo. Fucking good job, Remedy. Mind control is useful when getting bombarded by enemies because it allows you to gain a couple of allies, but you also need to kill enemies in order to heal, so it doesn't really balance out. Then there's the shield, which was completely fucking useless until the last 4 hours of the game, and this is because the difficulty starts to do this. I'm gonna start here. Alright, let's make our way up a bit more. Oh, we hit 4 hours before the game's over. Alright, let's crank it up.
My bitch so violent, she look like a murder case, handing out hoodies in case that she run away.
And that's my final beef with Control. For the most part, the game was easy. The only thing that killed me before the last 4 hours of the game was falling off the map, which should not have been a thing. If you run out of float juice and you're hovering over a spot off the map, you just die, and you usually have to start all the way over from the beginning. Not the beginning of the game, but like there's like a checkpoint, and then you get a checkpoint. Well, the checkpoint's called a control point, so you get a control point, and then when you die, you go back to that control point, and you have to go all the way back to where you were before you died. Okay, you got it? Cool. You can call me a pussy. It's pretty true. But why couldn't they just add an automatic boost back to land? Coding isn't that hard, it's just this shit.
God fucking.
But once those last 4 hours hit, holy shit. It's like Nier Automata on very hard mode divided by 2. I mean, it wasn't too hard. I didn't die too much.
I think the telekinesis would be better if you could like pick up the people and okay. Where'd he go? Fuck! Bro, we were both so low. Man, fuck. Okay, that's cool. Fuck, man. No way, bro. Don't tell me that I fucked up. I fucked up. No! Fuck!
Okay, maybe just a little. But overall, the difficulty scaling is complete shit, and for lack of a better vocabulary, because I am a homeschooled black child, stupid. So what's my final verdict on Control? You remember how IGN gave it an 8.8? Let's just divide that by 2. Let's go ahead and add 0.1. Yep, seems about right.